West Texas View.
Welcome back. This is our last segment of our time about AIDS for this period, and I wanted to introduce to you Preston Chancellor, who is working now with the Midland Odessa area support group for AIDS and HIV. And Preston, before we start, I'd like for you to tell a little bit about why you're involved in this.
Well, I grew up in Odessa and spent my life here, and went off, and I was a naval officer for a long time and a businessman, and came back, and I'm scared for the kids. You know, one of the things I tell the kids when I grew up, if I had sex, the only way I could die was get a girl pregnant, and my parents would have killed me.
Killed you, that's right.
But today it's different.
It's a lot different.
And I'm so blessed to have been raised in this community.
But you're a father.
Yes.
And of a grown daughter, but you still see that the future generations, you're as interested in them as you were your own children.
Yeah, I was so blessed to be here and raised here, and I'm scared for the kids, and they're just not aware of it.
And so you actually, your title is development director for this. So you're working with the resources, finding volunteers and finding people that can go with y'all into the schools to talk about this subject, because the demands are coming closer and closer together. But you're also the chief fundraiser and events giver. But tell me what you need the public to know about coming in and helping you.
Well, we always want volunteers, and we're looking for speakers to help spread the word.
And they would be trained?
Oh, we will work with them and give them the information, but the parents need to learn what's happening with their children. I think parents often put blinders on and say, "Well, it's not my child." Well, it is your child.
I don't want to even hear about it.
That's my child's not doing that. Well, your child's in a different world than you were, different world than I was. And Judy had talked about the music and the TV, and I just say turn on the MTV or these other shows and see what they're seeing.
Bombarded with it.
So we need volunteers to do that, and we need funding. We're a different kind of organization in that we're not state or federally funded. So we're not taking government money. This is we're totally supported by the community out here, which gives us the freedom to help people who need help. And most of our clients, it's a sad thing that they get cut off from their family, and they're sick and they're struggling with work. And we give them all the different resources of the community to work with. But sometimes they need electric bill paid, they need a water bill paid, and there's no way to do it but us. And unfortunately, because of our economy, which, God bless oil business, it's going well.
Yeah, but it won't always.
Our community's growing, and we're seeing our client base grow too. And
when you're dealing with the geographic area that you're dealing with, I mean, we're talking about the whole Permian Basin, which is almost a fifth of the entire state of Texas.
I know, it's a lot of people.
And as you get more and more calls to come into schools and come into churches and private groups, you're seeing that you just can't do it with your present staff because you barely have a staff.
Judy and I, it's 3 people now, which we're blessed to have that. Judy, God bless her, did that by herself. But last year we taught 27,000 people. That's a lot of people to speak to. And
some of them heard the message for the very, very first time.
Absolutely. And then that doesn't include, Judy has her number out there. I'm there talking with kids, the text, the phone calls afterwards. And it's funny, our new client liaison manager there in the office, she's like, I'm up at 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. You're talking with the clients for hours afterwards, dealing with it, the issues. So we can't meet what we're needing to do now.
And the bottom line is we've got to prevent it. We cannot afford it if all of these cases just keep multiplying.
It is. And we have clients that, and Judy talks about them in the presentation, you know, they were at Midland Lee, they were at schools here that caught it in high school, and, you know, they're 22 years old and dying. And we see it. I mean, young, you know, 13-year-old boy with HIV just breaks your heart.
Well, tell us how you do raise the money. I know that you have one major event a year, and it's called the Masquerade Ball.
This year it's going to be Wonderland. It's going to be sort of an Alice in Wonderland deal. Guys can wear hats.
And it's in what year? I mean, what month?
October.
October
12th.
Okay.
And that's going to be our big one. But I've got a fund drive starting April 15th.
Okay.
So if you
so we're right in the midst of it
right now. You'll see it in the mail, and we need that kind of support because, like I said, we don't take any government funds. This is community supported, and so we have our fund drive there, and then we'll do our big Masquerade Ball in October 12th. So we need the community to support us.
So then if any of our audience is listening and they would like to be a volunteer, maybe just to come and help with the meetings, the support groups, or to help with speaking, or to help with making phone calls or addressing envelopes or any of those kinds of things, the numbers that are rolling across the screen are the numbers they can call.
Yeah, and just ask for me.
So Preston or Judy, actually, either one. And the main thing is that you'll give them then the information that they need according to their talents and skills.
Whatever they feel
or if somebody wants to help sponsor something at the Masquerade Ball, or if they want to make a donation. And many times people who have had AIDS in their family know the devastation, and they, even if they can't afford but $5 or $10 or $25, will
every little bit helps. And I was amazed as I got into the organization how many families are affected, and not just with AIDS, but STDs, and what we're doing to prevent that with our young people, but give them support too, because it's sad that still people with HIV and AIDS are sort of the lepers of our society.
And they're trying to push them off.
Away.
This has been so interesting, and I'm so grateful for Preston and Judy that came to share this information with us. We'll see you next week, but in the meantime, please call those numbers that are rolling across the screen and get your name on the pot to be part of the volunteer group or the contributors. We'll see you next Sunday with another program.
Thanks for joining us for News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery. This has been a public affairs presentation of KWAB-TV and KWES-TV.